Everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome to our 2024 Manufacturing at MIT Symposium. Manufacturing at MIT has been, in my view, this wonderful bottom-up effort to bring together faculty and students from across MIT to discuss the future of manufacturing and to build programs and collaborations through which we at MIT can contribute. And this is our third annual symposium. When we had the first one in 2022, I'm sure some of you were in the crowd over at Walker Memorial. We really didn't know where this would lead, but we're really excited about the continued momentum, interest from across campus, interest from our collaborators, and knowing that you are students, faculty, colleagues, leaders from industry, entrepreneurs, policymakers, all together is proof of the urgency and importance of manufacturing, to state the obvious, and the fact that it spans from the amazing early stage research in labs at MIT and companies and universities to the biggest, most important companies in the world. And connections across that spectrum and with the other stakeholders and drivers that move manufacturing forward is deeply important to us at MIT. And we certainly all follow the news about manufacturing from day to day. You know, what we read is certainly aligned with this, hearing about the challenges faced by companies such as Boeing and how perhaps their dilemmas of insourcing versus outsourcing and managing their supply chains have become sort of front and center to them and to more companies. The continued investment in semiconductors here in the US, a really important initiative, which we'll hear about more in the afternoon, and seeing that drive also more private investment and regional development and efforts by universities and companies to develop the workforce. And of course, the imperative of accelerating clean energy technology and chipping away at climate change is so strongly related to manufacturing and to the need to align incentives among stakeholders and drive adoption and simply have the manufacturing capability available for the companies that need to bring these new technologies to scale. So within what we call manufacturing at MIT, we have many new projects underway. My goal is not to tell you about those projects, and that's not the goal of today. But for instance, we're in the process of launching a flagship industry consortium to work closely with world-leading manufacturing companies and have those companies work together with one another. That spans a variety of industries and sectors. We're deeply engaged in workforce training for community college audiences, for broader populations domestically and worldwide. And there's a very tight loop between those programs and our education on campus for undergraduate students, for graduate students, and for professionals. We're building some new facilities focused on specific technology areas, such as additive manufacturing, with great support of the MassTech Collaborative. And as Suzanne will describe in a moment, we're launching a major research project engaging faculty from across MIT and graduate students and perhaps some of you going forward, focused on this theme, new manufacturing, which Suzanne will define. So, overall, to me, manufacturing is in MIT's DNA, MIT's motto of mind and hand. We like to think and do and ultimately drive adoption and change. And we will touch on many of those themes in today's agenda. If I may quickly advance to the agenda, we'll have a session on defining new manufacturing. Suzanne will speak, and then we will have a discussion and some remarks by Colin Cutts, Mike Daly, and Christian Tones. After that, we'll hear from Charlie Mwangi, who's a general partner at Eclipse Ventures and previously a leader in several exciting new manufacturing companies, arguably, on the 000 framework in manufacturing. We'll have a short break. We'll hear from Professor David Simchi-Levy on supply chain resiliency, and then before lunch, we will have a discussion between Ben Armstrong, who leads our Industrial Performance Center, and Nathan Wilmers, a faculty member in the Sloan School of Management, on good manufacturing jobs. That's the morning, and I won't go through the afternoon, but you can read through and see. We'll talk about batteries, we'll focus on next-gen AI and how those tools will advance manufacturing now and in the future, hear about the CHIPS Act, discuss global trade and logistics, and wrap up before our reception, which I hope you can all stay for, with perspectives from some exciting manufacturing companies, startups going through scale-up phases.